It's a whole new world we cook in. It's a whole new place to eat. We're in season 6 with some brand new recipes, 'cause we're still gonna cook them all and make a pun or two or three.
Hello, and welcome to I Choose You, the podcast about cooking and eating Pokemon. My name is Jeremy Zielek. I'm the host and Alton Brown of the group. Joining me this week, as always, is...
your friend on this show, Ben Montoya.
Ian Davis, the Brian Wilson of the show.
And with a totally normal intro, Evan Aubrey.
A totally normal intro.
A totally normal intro.
To the listeners at home, we had a bunch of false starts, and then I was trying to do funny impersonation, and it just didn't work out. So
it wasn't
didn't
funny.
happen.
So.
No, it wasn't funny.
And this podcast only has funny things.
Yeah. It's like in like Monsters Incorporated, where they learned that laughter is a more efficient way of producing energy than scaring people. We would be like the biggest fucking nuclear reactor of energy in the Monsters universe world.
Jeremy, I don't see our Patreon full of laughs here. Laughs
One
don't
of
pay
those
the bills.
kids, the door, opens up into just our rooms, and it's just one of us talking to the computer and like laughing hysterically, and they're like, "Yeah, this is good. This is real good."
Wow. Do you think if there was a Monsters Inc. COVID edition, it's like the thing swings open and there's just like an iPod on the ground and the kid sticks their earbuds in, and then it's like a podcast that makes them laugh?
Because you can't go anywhere else, kid.
Yeah,
Stay home.
The monsters
Can't go outside.
COVID,
Yeah. Well, do you think the monsters are COVID proof, or do they have to?
They probably caused it.
They gotta wear masks. Oh.
Right? There must be some monster bred disease that
You're saying Mike Wazowski is the source of the novel coronavirus?
Didn't
He
they
kind of looks like
gas...
a COVID one if he had a little thing sticking out of it. He has a ball, and he has if his arms were like this.
Didn't they gas the kids or something in that movie? When things went wrong? No, that was the weird people in hazmat suits. I just remember them gassing people when things went wrong.
Yeah, exactly what happened in real life too. So
yeah,
I think we've solved both the ongoing effects of the pandemic and the energy crisis facing the world. So
Podcast.
Good on. Yeah, the world runs on podcasts now.
These
might
days?
say, Ben, people might say that's a real job, but you're fucking more important than you even know.
You're telling me.
You're also pouring a beverage into a glass. Why don't you tell us what you're doing, Mr. Cheers over there?
Mr. Cheers. I'm pouring a Crown and Hops Slays Stout, because you know what slays this show?
Ooh.
Is it
Slay.
SLAY or SLEIGH?
It is slayed in the traditional sense.
Okay.
SLAYS.
Okay.
As in this podcast slays.
Sick.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let us know how it turns out.
Well,
Evan,
there's hints of vanilla, maple, and pecans in it. So
sounds thick.
I really want a winter edition of that is SLEIGH. And it's slightly wintry, maybe there's some cinnamon and nutmeg in there.
ooh, that would be good.
What do you think, Ben?
It's quite good. Yes, it's very wintry.
Ooh,
And,
burr.
yeah, very satisfying.
Excellent. Evan, what do you got?
Also on the winter beverage train, I've got a G's Dry Hard Ginger Beer. It's toddy flavored. It's a good one.
Oh yeah.
Tasty.
Ian, do you have any drinks this week?
Just water, but it's funny, Evan, that you're drinking that, because I had a D's the other day.
G's and D's. D's
What
nuts.
is the D's? D's nuts.
Fuck you.
We couldn't really get started on this. I feel like last week it's just gonna happen every week from now on.
Well, that wasn't even last week. That was 2 weeks ago. We're like, we're dipping
you're
way
right.
we're dipping way back to bring that, because if you remember, as I'm sure every listener does, last week was the shrimp episode. So we had to delay a bunch of D's nuts jokes to talk about shrimp.
Man, I can't believe I got Evan just now. I didn't think anyone was
Jesus
gonna.
Christ.
We're like, Jesus Christ. I'm drinking a Trader Joe's sparkling water blueberry lemon flavor. So,
Nice.
which I've.
Yeah,
What
no.
do I what?
Finish that.
No, you said what? What do I what?
Well, I wanted to know what you thought of it.
Oh, it's okay. I think I
Dude.
prefer the lime sparkling water, but it's not bad.
Because I might as well live inside of a Trader Joe's, and I haven't had a sparkling water I liked from there. I haven't tried them all, but I was wondering if there's one magic one where you're like, oh no, this is the one.
Well, I'm gonna let you in all a secret, Ian. At a certain point in my life as a sparkling water consumer, most of them are pretty similar. So, it's a matter of degrees. So it's okay if you don't like them, but I find this blueberry lemonade one to be perfectly cromulent.
Well, and that is the exact kind of criticism that separates a consumer from a connoisseur, okay? Because Ian, on the other hand, has a lot more to say about this, I'm sure. Well, not on this brand specifically, but if we gave you, a sampler, if we bought all of the sparkling water in the Trader Joe's in your house, then, you'd probably have a lot more thoughts on this, I would imagine.
When I was this guy I worked with, he didn't believe that I could tell the difference between different lime flavored beverages.
Mm-hmm.
I could pick LaCroix out every single time. And Jeremy,
Pick it out of a lineup.
I don't want to get too serious on this show, but are you okay? I feel like that's just a cry for help. Oh, it all just tastes the same.
I didn't say it tastes the same. I said it's not that different, qualitatively.
All I eat now are boiled eggs because food just all tastes the same.
No, it's the reason why is because fucking Starry got him in a tight contract where he can't really actually say anything good about any other drink besides Starry.
Its taste is out of this world. I still haven't seen it in a store near me, so I haven't been able to try Sierra Mist replacement Starry. Any listeners out there, if you have, please write into the show. Urgent message, we'll drop an emergency episode when I buy some Starry. It'll be It'll be 3 hours long. You'll just be breaking down each sip of the Starry that I'm having.
I can't tell you I think my biggest regret going into the new year was that I didn't buy the Avatar Frosted Flake.
Oh.
I saw it on the shelf and I was like, I gotta get this. But then I was like, wow, am I about to spend $6 on this box of cereal
that I'm never gonna eat?
And I'm glad that I didn't, because we had what a beautiful assortment of snacks. Shout out to Pokemania Chris. But I'm never gonna know how great they are.
How great
is it officially off the shelves?
Oh, I don't know.
I would assume look, fucking Avatar's still burning up the charts. It's made $2 billion worldwide. $2 billion. Certainly that could keep the Frosted Flakes on the shelves because people keep lining up for the theaters. So obviously they're going to go to their local Target or whatever and want some Frosted Flakes.
I guess I'm mostly alone in my enjoyment of dry cereal, but
yes,
Jeremy, I mean,
confirmed.
you saw the amount of popcorn and Coke slushy I consumed when we went to go see Avatar.
Yeah, you did drink a large Coke slushy and had a medium popcorn.
Thank you.
Before it started?
He did eat all of his popcorn before the trailers ended. So.
Classic.
But what I'm getting at is why don't they just have one of those popcorn makers behind the thing and it's just freshly popped Avatar cereal?
Well, what?
You should
put it into a bag.
a cereal bar where you like crank a thing and it like comes out into your popcorn bag, and that's what you take into the movie theater. I think that would be a big hit.
Though it is nuts to think about, like, one medium popcorn bag worth of dry cereal is like a whole box of cereal.
Yeah, it's like 8 meals of cereal in one sitting.
But like imagine you have like the extra large tub of popcorn, the 24-ounce tub of popcorn,
Yes.
and you like filled it to the top with Avatar flakes, and then you got to like the soda fountain and you like started like squirting milk or other liquids into it to take it into the theater.
Your milk slushy.
Yes.
Mm.
Look, fucking Regal's going out of business. They're closing the local one here. This is what will put them back on top.
Oh, they're
This is the
closing
time
that
to
one
try
there too?
things.
Yes.
Break
Holy
things.
shit.
Yeah. So my question, Avatar 3. All we know about it so far is that it will introduce, as Big Jim says, the quote-unquote Ash Navi. So that makes me wonder what serial tie-in will be found for the third film. Will they continue with Frosted Flakes, or will they go to like Fruit Loops or something?
When you say Ash, do you mean like Pokemon?
Yeah.
No, I mean like they're like the fire Navi, or they live in a volcano or something.
You're
I
not
don't know.
saying that like the Navi show up in Pokemon World and Ash is like, it's me, Ash Ketchum, 10-year-old, ready to go on my Pokemon journey, and then they team up to defeat Giovanni or something.
Oh. Yeah, well, that could happen. My big concern would be our friend Ash Ketchum would try to capture a Navi as a Pokemon, because
that's
obviously
fair.
they're not.
That's fair.
Yeah, stylistically not that different from one another.
I want in a Pokemon avatar would be like Ash walks around in a mech suit, but then he like they attach him to a machine that puts his consciousness into a giant Pikachu.
Oh.
Maybe that's like how
He
Pokemon Mystery
he
Dungeon.
finds love through the Pokemon. He finally gets to fuck Latias.
Then he,
That way.
no.
Yeah, he plugs his tail into shit.
Yes.
That's awesome.
Beautiful.
I know they're killing off Ash in the anime soon, so
Killing?
yeah.
Well, his physical body is destroyed, but he lives on in the Pikachu.
Okay. Yeah, is it gonna turn into like Pokemon Ranger, where it's just Pikachu actually talks and it's Ash's voice?
Mm. Ooh.
No, he should still just say Pika Pika. In fact, it should be like almost like a silent film where there's only animal noises, and we have to intuit what's going on at all times.
To answer your question about the cereal branding for the third movie,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna have to go with Fruity Pebbles.
Mm.
I like that because it already has an association with a film/television project, so they're just gonna slap another one on top of that.
They're gonna make Barney a Navi.
Yeah. Imagine what's his name, Jake Scully.
Yeah,
He's
Jake
wearing,
Sully.
He's wearing like a loose tie around his neck, and
Instead of riding like fish and birds or whatever, they have to like run in little like things.
yeah.
And when they're done, when the big whale like kills that guy in Avatar, he's like, "It's a living."
The new catchphrase they tested it. Sully stick together did not stick, but yabba dabba do.
Tried and true.
No, what I hope is it's just the Flintstones, but they replace the Great Gazoo with a Navi that shows up and tells them to eat Fruity Pebbles.
Yeah, when will our cartoons turn back into commercials again?
Yeah, fucking man. Look, just if the Flintstones can meet like the Transformers to sell me a box of cereal, I'll be there for that. I want the Pink Panther to meet like Optimus Prime or like G.I. Joe.
Wait, we've okay. Cereal aside, there is a beloved food franchise that no longer has a mascot, and those are M&Ms.
Oh yeah, that's right. The right wing audience finally canceled the M&M, the sexy M&M's mascot,
in favor of
so
Maya
triggered
Rudolph.
by those chocolates shoes.
Yeah, Tucker Carlson was too turned on by the sexy M&M that they had to stop it.
It's all just a Super Bowl ploy,
Yes.
but I'm sure it's like the Mr. Peanut dying.
Yes. Someone pointed out this is to the exact day 3 years ago is when the Planters Peanut died. So they're fucking bringing it back for the Super Bowl. So they're gonna come back and they're gonna be even sexy.
Oh shit, that would be kind of funny. Is if
That'd
for
be
the
pretty
Super
good.
Bowl they were like, you know what, we heard you. M&Ms have tits now.
Yes.
Like
They
mic
either
drop.
have like huge gazongas or giant schlongs, and that's
or both. Hey.
yes. And that's how they get people back.
Two questions. One, you can put your consciousness into the M&Ms. They're all blue.
They're all blue.
They're
Okay.
Well, can't I be the yellow M&M voiced by Academy Award winner J.K. Simmons?
No, they have to be blue.
Yes.
Or, do you think if we pulled green sexy M&M versus the Navi,
Who would
which
win?
one do
Who
people
would
want to fuck
win?
more?
Ooh.
Well,
I think people would want to fuck the green M&M more if I'm going to be honest.
You think?
well, here's the thing: is they're kind of like a counter, like they're like kind of opposites because the Avi are very like tall and skinny, and the green M&M is a sphere with legs.
Jeez.
Well,
You know,
They'll just stick little tails on the M&Ms and
Yes.
they go.
That's how the origin story of how the Navi became so big and strong is the Navi god would just smush them together, and whichever one survived.
oh my god.
look, people say Avatar has no cultural impact, but we've been fucking milking this baby for months.
I think it's funny that we've been milking it for months and only 2 of us have actually seen the movie. That's what I think is really funny. I don't know. Yeah, Evan, did you see it?
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, I haven't seen it.
Oh.
That's fine though. I won't ever see it probably.
Ben.
Oh,
I don't know.
But what about Payakon? Best supporting actor, Payakon. He's the
I
big
mean, are the
whale.
M&Ms in it? Because
That's what'll get you to see it.
I might see it if that's the case.
Well, you see, let me try this as a pitch to you. In the movie, there's a like big evil general character, and she's on the human side, and she's like, we gotta colonize this planet because Earth is dying. And you're like, oh no, she's evil. But when we meet her, she's like in a big mech suit, and she's like drinking a cup of coffee, but the mech suit is holding the coffee, and she brings it up to her regular face to drink it. And it's
Yeah.
like a normal sized cup of coffee, but she has a giant robot arm to carry it. And I'm
That was like one of the dumbest scenes in that movie.
well, what are you talking about? I'd fucking do that. Give me mech coffee right now. All right. But beyond a sundry items of random topics, mostly this show is about cooking and eating Pokemon. And this week, we have quite the task ahead of us as we cook and consume Klefki, the Pokemon that's a keyring.
Mm-hmm.
And usually we talk about who has the best recipes, and then we vote about whose recipe is the most delicious or the most amusing. And I put up a poll for last week, and as you remember, it was a 4-way tie. And the winner of the Twitter poll from last week was one Evan Aubrey. Congratulations, Evan.
What? Wow.
Now, here's the thing.
Amazing.
I feel like some of our users and people who are hosts of the show don't use Twitter as much ever since old Muskie took over. But you know what also has polls now is one tumblr.com. So if we want to like do 2 polls simultaneously to see how that goes in the future and then average the votes, we can. But
How do we?
So I also know that Discord can do polls too, I think, but you have to do it like there's an extra step to it, like a third party thing. I feel like honestly that would kind of make the most sense moving forward, because yeah, like I don't know, feels like we're there. It's harder and harder to have a centralized voting location, you know.
We need like a polling station.
Yeah.
There's one
Centralized.
polling station in like Nebraska, somewhere in the middle of the country.
Send your vote to P.O. Box 420.
yeah, 420 69 Cool Street, America, USA.
So
All
maybe
right.
that's the way something we'll do in the future. Because yeah, I agree. If we're doing Twitter polls and no one's on Twitter, then what's the point? Kind of.
Well, we got Well, that's just we have the most. It's the social media socials where we have the most impact. So
Hey,
that's where
I'm
I
gonna
usually
take my
post it.
win however I can get it.
Yes.
Apparently.
Congratulations. So, Evan, would you like to start us on our Klefki journey this week?
You know, I think I would. And Klefki's a weird one, and I was reading the flavor
Oh,
text.
is it?
It made me laugh a lot. One of the things, like the flavor text for Pokemon X was these key collectors threaten any attackers by fiercely jingling their keys at them.
It's like
Jingling
distracting a dog.
intensifies.
And then for Y, it never lets go of a key that it likes. So people give it the keys to vaults and safes as a way to prevent crime. But if it never gives the key away, then they never get their valuables back. So I don't know.
Well,
Also, not to destroy the Pokemon Wikipedia with facts and logic. Assumably that this Klefki is, it could end up in the hands of a criminal, and they could just end up opening said vaults or saves at the same time. Anyway,
Right.
It's
Right.
true.
we've seen before that Pokemon can be used for good and evil.
So yeah, with that in mind, with the evil in mind, maybe.
Oh.
I came across a recipe this week with a little bit of theft sprinkled in, and that recipe is called lamb cleftico or klefkitico. And what is Kleftico translates in Greek to mean lamb that is stolen. So
Interesting.
basically, yeah. So the name is said to have originated from the Klefs, who would steal lamb or goats and cook the meat in hidden underground ovens in order to seal the flavors and smells, as well as avoid being caught.
nice.
Oh.
We need to bring back hidden underground ovens.
Yeah.
I was curious what part of that you wanted to bring back.
So what all this entails is, yeah, you get your nice, good lamb shanks of your choice of lamb Pokemon, some small red onions, some bell peppers, some garlic, some mustard. In place of, so it asks for juice of half a lemon, but we'll get to that in a second. Dried oregano, olive oil, white wine, some hard yellow cheese, some potatoes, tomato, salt and pepper, all that good stuff. And basically you're just gonna, combine all these things, chop it up into nice pieces, and with all the veggies into nice pieces with the lamb, toss that into your nice underground oven or your regular oven, if you don't have an underground one. And instead of the half a lemon, what I'm imagining here is another one of the flavor texts from Scarlet says, once it absorbs a key's metal ions, it discards the key without second thought. So what I'm saying is we use the ions from the keys that it's absorbed. We ionize our lamb to tenderize it and give it kind of like a zesty zing a little bit.
Ian,
Okay.
what's that recipe where you cook it with like a generator that you brought up one time?
Yeah,
Oh.
fuck if I know.
Ohmic heating.
Ohmic heating, yes.
Is it like that, or is it just like a
Not-
normal oven?
I think it just
Yeah.
goes zap.
Yeah, I think you're basically just zapping your keys. You hook up, potato and a key and a lamb, and then you just like let the ions transfer. That's how science works, right?
You could use this as at the science fair. I put this
exactly.
key in a potato and cooked it.
And bada bing, bada boom, you got a zesty little lamb steak.
Yes,
Mm.
Interesting.
I do love a good spring lamb. All
Sounds
right,
really good.
nice. Let's move on to one Ian Davis. I've heard your famed singer-songwriter Brian Wilson this week.
I am. And that's because we're going to the Florida Keys.
Nice.
Bermuda, maybe?
Bahamas?
Come
on, baby mama.
All right. That was the extent of it because well, I just want to say like the first thing that I really wanted to make, I saw the little like pink dangly bit that I guess is like its body.
Yeah.
And I
Part of
spent
it.
like 4 minutes trying to get like search results for like if you can eat uvula.
Ugh.
I
And
get
can
it.
Really, Google just like would not. I didn't put in the right words in the right order to get what I wanted. It was like what foods can you eat when you have a swollen uvula or after you get
Right,
your
yeah,
uvula
that-
removed? And
That
I
makes
tried.
sense.
I was like, oh well, like let's see what they do when they remove it. They don't eat it. I tried looking up like animal uvula. It just like didn't really pan out for me.
First
So
search results.
That seems like a kind of part of the animal I wouldn't want to eat.
It's
I'll be
basically like the
honest.
gizzards, right? Essentially.
I thought
I
gizzards
mean-
are on the outside.
But it's just like hanging back there, touching all the stuff. Like what?
Is it
What
any different than like
nutritional
eating
value
a
am I getting?
tongue?
I mean,
Yes.
I imagine it'd be the same as a tongue, or maybe like, I
I
mean,
guess so.
people eat like chicken feet. You know, it's just like something to like chew on.
Mm.
Nature's gum.
Oh.
But that isn't my recipe.
Okay.
Because I couldn't
Thanks.
find anything.
Thank God.
I'm
Please
glad
write
you didn't
in.
make chicken foot gum, though. Maybe I have a new possibility in the future to think about.
There you go. What I have for you is so Florida Keys, Key West,
Uh-huh.
Klefki West,
Okay, you sure?
Clef key lime pie.
Klefki West, seafood ceviche.
Ooh, ceviche.
Like ceviche.
Okay,
All right.
nice.
So, but here's the ticket. Here's the banger.
Would you say it's the key?
Would you say this is key to your recipe?
I'm about to lock it down.
Good, nice.
You get the Klefki
Uh-huh.
and take it, remove the keys. And you have it listen to last week's episode
About shrimp.
and get it to get hooked on shrimp.
Hmm.
Stick it in the water. It's going to collect the shrimp for you in lieu of the keys.
Oh,
Mm,
oh,
okay. So it just
oh.
loves shrimp so much.
Yeah, it won't let them go.
Shrimp nipples.
So, like imagine like you put your Klefki on like the end of like a fishing line, toss that in the water, you pull it up, you got like 40 shrimp.
Full of clauncher.
Yeah.
Now, yeah, hooked through. And you use that to make your ceviche. So you get some peeled and deveined fresh Klefki West pink shrimp, some onion, bell pepper. Oh, sorry, I skipped the colors of the bell peppers, but you can
Bell
put the
pepper,
pieces
bell
together.
pepper, and what?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was just like a fun little like rap you're doing. We're like bell pepper,
Bell pepper. 12th of November. Jalapenos, tomato, cilantro, salt, pepper, olive oil, juice of 5 to 8 lemons, and 5 to 8 limes, 1 large avocado.
Can you repeat that recipe, but to the tune of Kokomo?
Bell pepper.
Red onion,
Bell pepper.
bell pepper, jalapeno, tomato,
Oh.
cilantro, salt, and pepper. Put the shrimp with the fruit juice in a large bowl. That kind of cooks it or whatever. Toss it up in the juice. Let that sit in the fridge for about 4 hours. And then drain it. Mix in the rest of the ingredients, and you got some fresh shit in front of you.
All right.
Sounds pretty good. One thing that immediately came to my mind with how much lemon and lime we're using. Do you think you could make ceviche with starry? Like,
One
could you
starry.
just cook a shrimp by pouring Sprite on top of it?
Well, sounds like we got a new experiment to try out where we
I
just
feel like
get
it
some
might be
seafood.
just a tad too sweet.
What are you talking about? I'm sure if I just get 1 shrimp and I pour an entire bottle of soda on top of it.
Like a liter.
That's
Yeah.
Yeah.
the same as 5 to 8 lemons and limes.
Yes.
About.
We could do like a test between like all the lemon lime beverages and see which one's truest.
Mountain Dew
most
would be
virtuous.
interesting because it just becomes green shrimp.
Yeah. Is Mountain Dew lemon lime flavored?
It's definitely
guess so.
lemon.
Yeah.
Must be.
Definitely
always
some
thought it was-
citrus.
I always thought it was gamer flavored.
Hmm.
That is, that brings up a good point, which is if Mountain Dew is a lemon lime offspring,
Uh-huh.
then like the nature's gamer fuel really is just straight limes and lemons, huh?
Oh.
That's true.
And
Yeah.
again, like thousands upon thousands of years ago, when like, oh, the kids these days banging their rocks on other rocks, and it's like, I only drink lime juice.
They're just squirting limes into their mouth.
My APS is off the chart. It prevents scurvy and makes me a god at Fortnite. I hate to inform you that Mountain Dew, according to Wikipedia, all I know about Mountain Dew is it's quote unquote citrus flavored, which could be lemon lime, but
I mean,
I
sure
don't
it's
know
not.
for sure.
Citrus.
So Ian, you've effectively made a gamer fuel by the sea.
Ooh.
I like that.
Ceviche. Gamer fuel by the sea. And just to clarify, the Klefki in all of this is mainly as a shrimp catching utility.
Yeah, I mean, looking at it, I thought like, oh, maybe the pink bit could be a shrimp.
Mm.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's a stretch. I think it's gonna be best used as like a tool
Mhm.
to collect the shrimp, or really
Gotcha.
anything you need it to. I mean, it's pretty clear that like, if you just find it a new hobby,
Anything important, it will hang on to it
I bet
via its
people-
ring.
maybe it like, what if you got one that was like obsessed with like noses, and you just wore it as like a nose ring?
Oh.
What?
Do you
Collects
presuppose
noses.
that you just like teach it to be obsessed with things besides keys, and then it just like starts like collecting them, like
Yeah,
some sort of weird serial killer in a neurotic thriller from the '90s?
I mean, it's like, I understand that as a species, they're known for enjoying keys. So I don't know if that's like a genetic thing, or if it's
Right.
like a behavioral, like it's taught.
Well, actually, it did kind of mention that. It did have something about this in the Bulbapedia. Let me see if I can find it. Okay, yeah. It is said that Klefki's key-like appearance is the result of an adaptation to suit its habit of collecting keys. Although it feeds on keys, it will never release a key it likes, holding onto it for decades. However, on rare occasions, it will discard a key without second thought. In the past, nobles keep a Klefki for generations, taking great care of it while entering it with important vault keys. So I guess it was just around enough humans that had keys that it then loved the taste of keys.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So
Like
like
it
if you
developed a fascination with it.
get like an egg of one and grow it like in the lab, like raise it in the lab so it doesn't know its origins.
Removed from keys.
Right. No keys
Impossible
inside.
keys. Yeah.
Everything's a keypad. There's no physical key. Everything's like fingerprint, whatever.
Yeah, they're going extinct. As like they used to live in like hotels or whatever, but once they moved to like key cards, they're like
Yeah.
they start dying.
Oh no.
Or I do like if there's like a horror like short story, and it like everything is like like fingerprint now, so it starts collecting fingers.
Ooh, I kind of like that.
The new
Yeah.
keys.
The new key.
A little hardcore.
I'm sure Stephen King could whip us up a nice little story about a key ring that collects fingers.
Mm.
He is an avid listener of the show.
Yeah, he's one of our biggest fans. Keeps
I
putting
wish he'd write
references
in
his-
more.
yeah, he keeps putting references in his books. He's like 40 minutes about shrimp as I was listening to on the radio.
I mean, everyone knows the main character for the Dark Tower, really, Jeremy.
I wish so. All right, let's move to Ben's recipe at this time. Ben, what do you have for us this week?
Well, I have a recipe that will soon be a key to your diet.
Nice.
Especially if you're keto,
Nice.
Oh, good.
because I'm making some sugar-free key lime gummy rings.
Oh,
That was quite the swerve at
Unexpected.
the end there.
Yeah, you thought I was gonna say key again,
Did they?
didn't you?
No,
Orange,
I
you're
thought
glad I
you were
didn't
gonna
say
pie.
So basically, I was thinking, since the real meat of this Pokemon is the ring and not the actual keys, that it might be nice to make a gummy ring kind of that looks like a Klefki. And then I wanted it to be key lime because that's funny, and I wanted it to be key toe because that's funny. And but what I was struggling with is how to get from metal key ring to gummy key ring. But I think that the thing that is going to basically what we're going to do is we're going to kind of reduce down. We're going to get rid of all the keys on whatever Klefki we're using, and through a process of boiling and dehydrating, we're going to reduce our Klefki body down to a fine powder. And this powder is going to be our sort of like gelatin starter. So it's going to help us get like a good binding agent for our gelatin. Basically you're just going to use gelatin and some lime flavoring, some fruit juice, lime juice, to put together some nice little DIY style gummy rings. And then you're going to kind of, shape them, form them in on a little baking sheet. And then you just kind of let you use your gelatin and your fruit juice, and you're just going to make something very, very homemade. But at the same time, it feels kind of like those rings that you get at the gas station.
Can we put keys on these rings?
I would actually appreciate it if you kept the keys off the rings, Jeremy. It's the rings' turn.
To shine.
Yeah.
So often the keys outdo the rings. And now finally the rings are the star of the show.
They were all deceived, for a ring was made. A gummy ring was made.
So you're saying fruit juice. What kind of flavor are we working with here?
I'm thinking mainly lime, but
okay.
I don't want to, discount the lemon in all of this, because I do think that lime can be a little bit intense. So I think to help, even out the citrus palette of these gummies, you're also going to add some lemon juice.
Okay.
Does it have like sour crunchies on it, like sour gummy, or is it just sweet?
I feel like if you were going to embrace your non-keto diet, you definitely would spritz, cover it in the citric acid, sugary mixture, to give it that extra sour ring gas station feel. But because these are keto, I'm gonna say just limit it to the fruit juice. Yeah.
Okay, so they're not completely sugar-free.
They're not completely sugar-free, as in you're not adding a bunch of sugar. They're sugar-free. They're keto permissible, so it's not overly sugary, but it is natural sugars. Yeah.
Excellent. All right.
Quick survey of everyone's favorite gas station gummy candy.
I mean, just fucking trolley gummy, sour gummy worms. Give it to me. Nom nom nom. I'll eat 20 of them.
Ben?
I will say that I enjoy the rings, like a peach ring or like an apple ring. I'll get those. But recently, actually, there's in the liquor stores around here, they have chamoy, spicy gummy worms and gummy candies. Those are very good. So I would, if we were going right now, that's probably what I'd get.
Nice. Ian?
Gummy worms are great. Gummy bears, great.
Real Haribo head over here.
I know this is kind of messed up. Swedish fish. I don't know why. I could hook some of those right now.
Reel them in.
I would say Swedish fish are a perfectly cromulent gummy delight.
My recent favorite are the twin snakes. I think Haribo makes them. One is sweet and one is sour, and they're conjoined, sideways, so you can peel them apart or you can eat them together.
Are they it's like the fucking medical symbol, whatever that's called, that has the snakes.
It's not quite the Blue Cross Blue Shield twisted snake, but they're melted together sideways.
Okay.
They should make one that's a snake eating its tail,
It says no step on snack, inscribed onto it.
Don't chew on me.
Don't-
And then I fucking will. You have no power over me, advertising.
What?
I am immune to propaganda.
I guess you wouldn't count like. I guess I'm just thinking of sour candy, but like the Airheads Extremes, those like strips,
Mhm.
Hmm.
not gummies.
That's more of a taffy, I would say, kind of.
Really?
I
situation.
don't know. I would consider them in the same. Like, if I'm in that mood, I'm looking for some gas station candy. You know, maybe it's sour. That's in the conversation for sure.
Like Sour Punch straw, I feel like is the same
Mm.
material. Is that a gummy? What is that?
That's almost like a Twizzler
Mm.
territory.
But
Right.
it doesn't. It's not.
Maybe.
It's not licorice. It
but
doesn't taste
only
like
in
licorice.
Right.
only in shape. Like it is a gummy. It is a sour
Yes.
gummy.
Material wise, yeah, it's basically gummy, right? I
I
don't
need
know.
like a material
like-
scientist to.
Yeah. Can we get
Yeah.
like a chemical engineer on this show to like explain gummy to us? What if we made a whole ship out of gummies and we
Oh,
like flew it
shit.
around in space?
You know what? If you had a gummy ship, you might even have a key blade.
Ooh.
This is a reference to Kingdom Hearts. Okay, let's continue.
Wait, Ian, get this. The guy in Kingdom Hearts, he has a sword, but it's a key.
His name's Mickey Mouse.
Guy, Kingdom Hearts.
I mean that's true. You can't deny it.
But how does that tie in with the ship?
A ship's
Yeah, that's
made out
where you
of-
lost me.
Okay.
Oh no, the ship's just a gummy ship. There's no there. I mean, that just is what it is. It's just called that.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's not actually like
In the-
sugary goodness.
Well,
it's made out of like
it's
cubes.
made of quote gummies, but those are just quote parts, like guns and stuff.
What are you talking about?
What if we got you went to a store, you bought like a gummy gun and it like shot sour juice out of it?
I would enjoy. Do you guys remember the Lego candy?
Yes.
No.
No.
You could, like they're made out of like Pez like candy. You know,
You
hard
could like
candy.
actually stack them together though.
Yeah.
Huh.
Well, I guess I would hope so. I mean, they went through the trouble of putting the little nubs on them. So, but if they had like a gummy version of that, and you could somehow plug those fuckers together.
Mm.
Just make a whole house out of them. It melts immediately.
But Jeremy, tell me.
Yes. My recipe, do you want to know it?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, thank you.
We've made it this far.
Yeah,
Please.
well,
Might
let
as
me
well
tell you.
finish it out.
Let me tell you a little something. One is that apparently I was reading the trivia about Klefki, and Clef is French for key, so this Pokemon is basically key.
Delivery.
Which, very clever. Good job, everybody. And I decided to, the French masters of cuisine. We can all admit this, and they make what some might consider to be the best pastries in all the land.
Mm.
So today we're gonna make a classic French pastry out of Klefki, and it's a Klefki, which is a Klefuti that we're gonna cook up for you. And according to this New York Times article, this is Julia Child's berry Klefuti.
Oh.
Yes.
Nice.
So we're gonna use her recipe, and I'm gonna basically do what Ian was talking about, and I'm gonna do some presupposing, is that the nubbin on the Klefki that's like pink,
Uvula.
yes, the uvula. I'm gonna yoink that off and use that as my kind of berry replacement. Because a lot of times, you know how like on the show we associate like fire Pokemon with spicy, right?
Mm.
My new thing is like fairy Pokemon, they're probably kind of sweet. You know what I'm saying? Because they want to trick small children to eat them to enter the Fey world where they can never leave.
Sure.
Mm.
So that's my thing. So we're gonna get a bunch of Klefki and we're gonna yoink those uvulas. You've got to yoink those
Wow.
uvulas.
Sounds painful now that you say it like that.
Favorite pastime of yoinking
Yes.
uvula.
And then you're gonna get some milk, some sugar, some eggs, vanilla extract, salt, flour, and your uvulas. And we're gonna mix the sugar, eggs, vanilla, salt, and flour in a blender, and then it's make sure, as according to this recipe, that it's nice and frothy. We're gonna pour it in a pan that's nice and buttered, and we're gonna put it on a stove burner, and you're gonna let the batter set for a little bit, and then you're gonna put the uvulas on top, and then pour a little bit of the sugar on top of them as well, and then you're gonna put that in the oven and let it bake for about 50 minutes. And so until it nice and firms up and you get a nice caramelized layer over the top. And then you pull that sucker out and you can make them small, like in little ramekins, or you could do a big one that like everyone's getting a scoop out of. But you've got a delightful, like a nice French restaurant. Maybe you got coffee and a baguette and a beret, and you're chowing down on these Klefki keys for this
Nice.
recipe.
Great pun.
Yeah,
Good job,
Good
Jeremy.
fun. Yep.
All
Excellent.
right. Any questions? All right.
Hey.
No.
I'm sorry to inform all three of you. I almost said all four since I'm here too.
The secret fifth host.
Yeah. I think I cracked the case, and I wish I had come up with this recipe first, but Clef quiche.
Oh.
It was right fucking
All
there.
right.
Fuck.
Call it an episode.
Well,
Yep.
are you doing like an official transposition?
No, I don't think anyone no one can win
No.
this week.
Pack
goes
it in,
to
boys.
that.
It's over.
It goes to the fifth person who is like
Mr. Money.
the person we all could have been if we had spent more time on this.
Yes.
Just think of who you could have been.
Yeah. It's the best version of all of us.
Is the fifth person like a Voltron of all of us?
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh, terrifying.
I'm
That
the
would be
left
terrible.
arm.
I do like the idea of like if we formed like Voltron, like Evan would be one of the arms and it would be significantly less than the other arms.
Do we have a head or are we just the limbs?
Yeah, I feel like we're just limbs at this point. No head. Just running around headless.
That sounds about right for a program. All right, let us review our recipes. From Evan, we have, what was the clef lamb?
It was
baked in secret ovens.
Yeah, basically Kleftico lamb.
Kleftico lamb, baked in secret ovens. From Ian, we have ceviche. Ceviche? How did you say it? Ceviche? Is that what you said? Ceviche. Ceviche. From Ben, we have Klefki gummy rings. And from me, we have Klefukis. So everyone vote for your favorite recipe. And then Ben will tell us who's won.
I know who's won. And it's Jeremy fucking Zielick.
Oh, thank you.
Surprise, surprise.
Jeremy
Well-
got 2 votes, I got a vote, and Ian got a vote.
Sorry, Evan. I voted for.
You started out really strong. I feel like Jeremy's pun kind of just flipped it for me,
It's
though.
true.
Yeah.
Real
Well,
question is, where does the key go in Clef quiche?
Hmm.
Is it
Wait,
an
like,
egg?
how does
Is
Klefki
the
get made
uvula an
into
egg
Klefki?
now?
I was thinking like presumably like that body, like it seems to imply that if you cracked off like its face, there'd be like a little bit of meat in there. You do like a meat quiche, you know,
Okay.
like chop it up.
I guess you could make a quiche dish from the ring too. Like you could, take out the key parts of it and
okay.
use it as a quiche. I don't
You
know.
you get the Klefki, you raise it in a lab. It collects quiche for you.
You're showing nothing but quiche.
Yeah.
Pictures of quiche.
Yes. You like go to a janitor and he's like, I need to get into this building, and they're like, sorry, I only have my quiche ring today.
Yeah.
Pull it out and they like jingle around a bunch of quiche
Fuck.
on a ring.
Yeah,
Really
when it-
got Evan.
When it gets scared, it shakes its quiche at its enemies. It's just like a sloppy, mushy sound.
Not as jangly.
I don't know if any of you have seen like Abbott Elementary, but I just think of like the janitor from that show,
Mm.
just jangling quiche around. Oh,
Well, so I think I might have won, but I think we all know the secret fifth host of I Choose You who came up with Klefki as the actual winner this week.
Mr. Mime wins this time.
Yeah.
Mm.
Some might say that's just Ian, but some others might say.
I guess that's what happens when none of us wins, is that Mr. Mime wins.
Oh,
Like
okay.
every I Choose You, when one of us wins, he loses, right?
He gets a spanking.
But he can't vote. What?
Ash's mom.
I'm
Oh,
sure,
boy.
Evan, you're familiar with your former employer's newest hit program, MILF Manor, right?
Oh
No way. What?
So
I heard about this.
So everyone knows the big twist to MILF Manor, right?
No.
So like it's like a dating show and they're MILFs, right? They're in a manor, if you will.
Imagine this, MILFs.
Yes. But you know, there's a bunch of like strapping young lads who want to date the MILFs. It just so happens that, would you believe it, all of these strapping young lads are their sons.
Yeah, they go on together, like mother-son duo go on to this
God.
show together to find love.
But with other
separately,
people,
obviously.
with
There's
other
no
people.
way.
Hold on.
There's no way.
Wait.
No, don't even
Wait.
think about it. There's
No.
no way.
No way.
There's
You're saying that like mother and son go on the show
yeah.
so that the mother can end up with someone the son's age and the
Yeah.
son can end up with someone the mother's age.
Oh,
You're,
maybe-
yeah, exactly. You're tracking 100%.
Yes.
Hmm.
Where does Wario fit in?
You're talking about the 2023 release Waluigi MILF Hunter
Yeah, where does
for the
Waluigi show
Nintendo
up?
Switch.
When
Yeah.
does that get an HBO adaptation?
Yes. Yeah, they fucking have The Last of Us. Where's Waluigi MILF Hunter? Combines the two big properties into one.
This is just this MILF Manor is just like a casting call for that show.
It's
like-
it's a step up.
MILF? No. Excuse me.
Excuse me. Hold on.
Excuse me.
MILF Manor is the Waluigi version of Luigi's Mansion.
Oh, shit.
This was only a very long walk for me to say that MILF Manor, it's Delia Ketchum and Mr. Mime, and Mr. Mime's the striking lion. And she's the MILF.
But how do they end up together?
Because
They can't go on the show together.
well, she's Mr. Mime's real. Oh, but wait, Mr. Mime's her real husband, and she's Ash's real dad. Excuse me, I apologize.
Yeah, like her and Ash go on the show, and then like Mr. Mime
Latias is
and,
there.
and Latias go on the show.
Okay.
There
Okay.
it is.
Yeah, there it is.
Look, I haven't watched MILF Manor, but someone told me that in the first episode, the MILFs have to determine which of the male contestants aren't their son by blindfoldedly touching their abdominal section.
No.
God. It's just incest bait,
No.
right? I mean, that's just what it is.
Someone at Evan's former employer was like, "What's the most popular search term on Pornhub?" And just was like, "We gotta crank this into a
God.
television program."
Is this real? Are you?
Yes.
I'm
This is a
looking
real
You
for
might be
it.
thinking this is the long ago 30 Rock bit, MILF Island. But it's in fact a real thing that's on television.
I'm looking for it without searching for it, and I'm not coming up with anything.
You just have to
Fucking-
look MILF HBO.
It's
you'll
actually
find
on the
it.
Learning Channel. It's the Discovery half of Warner Brothers
Oh.
Discovery.
Oh, you're
And what
gonna
we're
discover
discovering
something.
is an Oedipal complex.
Oh man, that's
Holy crap!
really bad.
We live in
Yeah.
a weird world, huh?
The worst part is like, I think of like what my life could have been if I had gone to like marketing, or like if I could just be hired as like an idea guy, because not only could I be coming up with things better than that, I could be coming up with things far worse.
Holy crap!
Oh, man.
Okay. Well,
They should.
What
they
will the
should have
Learning
done-
Channel surprise us with next?
yeah.
They should have done a Meerkat Manor, but with frogs, and called it MILF Manor. That would have been funny.
Man, I love Frogs Manor.
That would have really got him.
Yeah. Okay. Well, let's move on to the middle section.
Section, Sean.
Yes. Welcome to Whale Lord's Mail Horde, where we read your emails sent into ichoosepod@gmail.com. Let's begin. Evan, can you read this email from Mike?
I can. Man, I don't think I'll ever recover from that. Oof. Hey boys, I feel like Klefki was one of the first inanimate object mons that really rustled some jimmies out there. But this mischievous little guy just wants one thing. Say it with me on 3. Everyone. 1, 2, 3.
Love.
Milfs.
If you said
Milfs.
love, yeah, if you said milfs, you're right. This jingling trickster wants your keys. Precious, precious keys. All we know is that the fairy type Pokemon, the fairy type is synonymous with sweets. So I would like to bring to the table a Klefki lime pie. There it is.
There it is.
If this was a joke already made in the episode, skip down a bit. I have a backup recipe. I'll just keep going for this.
Kind of like a choose your own adventure email.
Mm-hmm.
So it seems we've come to plan B. When I quickly Google key foods and a mid-sized local chain of grocery stores in the area was the first result. But
Yes, I lived next to a Key Foods actually
Oh.
in New York.
But those people also asked type questions on Google, suggested what foods are the keys famous for? And I thought to myself, jackpot. Only 2 of my hopes be dashed when they weren't talking about literal keys, but the Florida keys. Obviously, the number 1 famous food is Klefki lime pie. I scrolled the list, coconut shrimp, clawcoconut shrimp, but eventually found myself quite taken with number 11 on the list of foods that the Florida Keys are famous for. Do you want to guess what that is?
Key lime pie.
It's
It was
rum.
already key lime pie.
It's
Oh my
rum.
god damn it!
Rum is
Rum.
number 11. If you couldn't tell from my previous recipes, Volcanion moonshine and Neubat beer can chicken style, I am not opposed to getting a little schwasty on occasion. And looking at my calendar, Tuesday is always a special occasion. Emoji with star eyes. So to make rum, you need molasses. To make molasses, you need sugarcane. So let's convert our Klefki fairy type sugary goodness into molasses. The way they make molasses from sugarcane is apparently by squeezing the cane until molasses just comes out. Didn't know that. Next, mix the molasses with yeast and water, letting it ferment those sugars into alcohol. After fermentation, you then put it into a still to be heated and condensed. Next, you can age your rum in barrels of differing woods to create a unique flavor profile of your choice. I got no idea with this one, bud. And to make your flavor profile even more complex, after it ages, you blend in more spices to finish your rum. I don't drink rum, so I'll finish the recipe by nicely wrapping up each bottle of rum and sending one to each of the boys and, of course, fellow choosies. Have a drink on me, but not literally, Mike.
Nice.
You know who would want to have a drink on them? The MILFs of Milf Island.
There you go. Yes.
Or Milf
Exactly.
Manor, excuse me,
Yes,
not Milf
MILF
Island.
Again, MILF Island, 30 Rock joke from the late 2000s.
Fake.
MILF Manor, real television program you can watch on screen in 2023.
Real.
Ooh, Ian, did you take the Are You a MILF quiz?
I'm taking it right now. I sent it to all you.
Do you want to narrate your experience?
Sure. Describe your personal style. I dress to impress and hop on the latest trends. I dress for comfort first and fashion second.
I feel like the first question would have been, "Are you a
You a
mom?
mother?
Yes or no?"
The
Do you
first
have
question I got
children?
was, do younger people often flirt with you?
Right.
Again, I feel like this is ignoring the central tenet of what makes the MILF exist.
One question for the MILF quiz: Are you a mom? I would love to fuck.
Well, this one is, would you call yourself a cougar?
Oh,
Oh,
And I have
yeah.
a picture of the cat. It's pretty sick.
Sometimes they call them mountain lions.
What do you cherish the most about motherhood? Fucking their friend.
Oh my god.
You know that song Stacy's Mom? That's about me.
No, for sure. The third option is hanging out with my kids and being their best friend.
Oh no.
all right, this is getting weird.
Look, I don't. You
I
know,
just
I
want to
don't
know
want.
what Ian gets.
Yeah.
What is my biggest strength? My kindness, charm, or confidence?
Definitely
I would say your charm. I would say
Yeah.
your charm.
Okay. Which ice cream flavor describes me best? Coffee.
Hell.
Strong, energetic, and grounded.
Oh my
Ooh,
god.
oh boy.
They have personality traits associated with it.
Birthday cake batter. Lively, bold, full of surprises.
Oh my god.
I just want to point out that they're not like, which ice cream flavor are you? Vanilla, chocolate. It's like, where the fucked up Baskin Robbins flavors we can get going on here?
Chocolate chip, sweet, well liked, and traditional.
Ooh. Definitely a chocolate
This-
chip fan.
Well, I mean, this MILF is like,
Who
she's
am I?
religious. Yes?
Which
Who
one
am-
is Ian?
Yeah, which one?
I would say
Birthday
of those
cake.
options, your cake batter.
Yeah.
Really?
Full of
Okay.
surprises.
Full of
Alright, see-
surprises.
See my results. MILF meter, moderate MILF.
We've entered code orange MILF. We are at code orange MILF.
You have many fabulous qualities of a MILF, but not quite all of them. One thing for sure,
I think you're
you're
missing
an
a very
absolute
important
showstopper.
one.
What the fuck?
Oh.
Yes, you are a mother I would moderately like to fuck.
Yeah. If there are no other moms around. Like, if no one else was available for a slumber party, I guess
Yeah.
I'd go to your house.
Ooh.
Did you know we still have many more emails to read?
Jesus.
Ian, why don't you read this recipe from Connor?
Whew.
From Connor or Ed?
No, Ed. Sorry, excuse me. They were just next to each other. Read Ed's email.
MILF word, if it were.
You sure you could tell them that.
Oh, they're listening.
They are.
Hey, Icy Boys. I was doing some research for this recipe, and I came across something really interesting and honestly a little unsettling at the library. When I asked the librarian to show me all the material they have on Can You Eat Keys?
You went to a library?
Yes.
It's a set of letters from Adelia Chaboneau to her ill sister, Margot Chaboneau. May 12th, 1856.
I imagine there's like somber banjo music in the background.
Dearest sister, it has been months, nearly a year since our last meeting. While your departure to Heidelberg, I know has been with your health in mind, and I hope you are well. Life here at Chaboneau Manor. Fuck.
It's like a Ken Burns
God damn it.
documentary.
Life here at MILF Manor really gets tough.
You see, well, Civil War MILFs. This war it's depleting our MILF resources.
Oh my god. I would love to see the Ken Burns style documentary about MILF Manor.
Life here at MILF Manor has been dull without your presence. I have been stuck in a room, writing on weeks now. This little bit of the time I have. With this letter, may I have solace in an attempt at salvation from this torture. It stands there, with a multitude of keys on its ring, holding my recipe behind clandestine, locked doors.
Sorry, this sounds like it's gonna fuck it.
Yeah, this is reading like a smut novel or something.
Yeah, we did this to ourselves.
Do I even know which key it is that the Klefki mocks me with? Of course, that's what the Klefki wants. A key makes Klefki very happy. Ultra Sun Flavor Text 2017. It uses its signature move, Fairy Lock, to keep me from fleeing so I can be the subject of its torment for eternity.
Look, I'm just saying, fairy lock phrase you could use in MILF Minor.
This Pokemon has entrapped me in my own personal hell. It is my nemesis. I have only one option to regain what sanity I may have left once I am out of this situation. I am, of course, trapped in the kitchen. There are kitchen shears, of course, but the Klefki has taken them happily and adjoined them to its keyring. There's no hope, of course, but for a kitchen knife. Can a kitchen knife scratch a steel beast? We'll have to see. In love, Adelia, Time passes. June 28th.
Oh my God.
Sorry,
1856.
1856.
Quite the journey.
To my sweetest Margot. The knife didn't work. How could I have been so naive? Like yours. Life is like yours, like is outdated medical advice, but I had no choice but to try it. My only hope is trapping this thing in the oven and attempting to melt it. Can I lock in the one with master keys? Is this some kind of poetic demise for this Pokemon? Is it even feasible for me just as one human? Can I learn to use one of Klefki's own moves? Imprison? Hope keeps leaving my body every time this Klefki uses draining kiss on me. The time to act is now. Time passes again. August 3rd, 1856. I have succeeded, albeit narrowly. I've managed to best the beast and melt it into an ornamental bread pan by putting my oven at the never-to-be-used Mag Cargo level. They all said that I would never find a use for that, and the upcharge for this appliance was not worth it. I beseech them to look at my situation now and how it was.
I want to find like a 19th century letter where someone says the upcharge on these appliances are out of control.
Of course, with this, I've had my fun. I took a decorative Magikarp-shaped bread/cake pan and trapped the Klefki in the oven with it. Naturally, my limbs have been torn into shreds. To shreds, you say, from the serrated blades of the many keys of this demon. With arms torn asunder, I banished this beast to a fate just as cruel and fitting to the one it left me in. With this Pokemon dead and melted into this Magikarp pan, I've even succeeded in the creation of something useful. Perfect for you, my anemic sister. This iron fish should help when boiled with water to help cure you. Please return from Petalburg City post-haste. I believe this will be the cure to help your ailments. Enjoy, Sour Adelia. It shows a great triumph and hope reigns through in the end, but man, was this unsettling as fuck.
Yeah.
Enjoy eating keys.
Wow. Well, thank you for Ed, I'm sorry all of our MILF Manor jokes kind of got in the way of your fun, creative email.
I don't know. I think it just flavored it a little bit differently. It's fun.
Yeah.
Nice seasoning. You know what? This is kind of getting on the long end. So we'll save. I'm going to save Connor. I'll save your email from next week. Apparently an AI wrote a recipe, so that's funny. But I'll keep that. I'll keep that email tucked away for next week, just in case. But I'm going to turn to Ben for one last recipe from Pokemaniac Chris.
Yes, Pokemaniac Chris writes on our Discord, today I have not so much a recipe as a story about recipes. Klefki are important in the Pokemon world because they like to collect keys and are often entrusted with important ones. House keys, car keys, that sort of thing. But occasionally you get a weird Klefki who decides to collect a different type of key. A typewriter key, for instance, or piano keys. In the internet age, some Klefki have started working as password managers.
Yeah.
Nice.
Some will learn pieces of music and play them in different musical keys, or memorize secret codes and encryption keys. And I know of one Klefki out there who collects recipes, the keys we use to unlock the hidden flavors and deliciousness in our ingredients.
It's a little bit of a stretch.
Like all Klefki, the recipe collector is an exceptional lockpicker. This Klefki broke into the bank vault that held the only written copy of Kentucky Fried Torchic's secret recipe of 11 berries and spices. It partnered with a crew of ex-Team Rocket con artists to trick 3 Corsola Cola executives into giving up their syrup formula. It lifted the Lee and Cherham's Worcestershire sauce recipe from the CEO's own home safe. And it's been at this for a long time. No one knows how long Klefki live. There are aristocratic Colossian families with important keys to protect who've kept their Klefki for generations. This one's been traveling for centuries. If the rumors are to be believed, it has the first uniquely Galarian curry recipe. from the days when curry had just been introduced to the region from distant lands. And it knows forgotten sandwich-making techniques from the ancient Chaldean Empire. These recipes are key to unlocking not only the tastes of ancient foods, but the lives and experiences of the people that ate them. If my informants are correct, this Klefki is now planning its most daring heist yet on the Fort Lauderdale headquarters of the National Beverage Corp, the company that makes LaCroix, with the recipes for every flavor of LaCroix in its jangly grasp. Will its collection be complete? Or will this very podcast become its next target? Only
Nice.
time will tell.
All right.
It collects podcasts next.
Yes. Finally, someone will start listening to our show. Thank you so much for writing in, Pokemaniac Chris. We appreciate it. And as Ian said earlier, thanks for the food. All right. Let's choose next week's
From
Pokemon.
Wee Corner, I should say.
You should say.
Keep saying it, Ben. All right. Next week's Pokemon in a segment I like to call Pick-a-mon. Evan, give me a number between 650 and 721.
All right. Next week will be 664.
664.
I feel like we
you
did
say.
that one.
We kind of did it. That's Scatterbug, which evolves into Spupa, one of our best episodes. So give me another number.
How about 681?
681. You say we also did that.
Jeez, man. 696. Reverse nice.
696. We did 697, which is Tyrantrum. Again, we're in the smallest
How
generation.
about 706?
706 is, we already did that. It's Gudra.
713?
713. 713. Give me 713. We also already did that. You know what? Let me
Holy
make
crap.
an executive decision,
yeah.
Ben.
Jeremy, make your executive decision. I trust it.
We're gonna do next week. What was the first number you gave me? Was 664.
Yeah.
So we're gonna just go one below that, which is Talonflame, the bird type Pokemon. We haven't done that one yet, or its evolutions. So Talonflame, send in your recipes to ichoosepod@gmail.com.
So does that mean this season has to end? Soon?
Well, we just have to maybe make more executive decisions. Like I'd like to do a good Go-Goat episode and a Halucha episode.
Oh
Yeah.
my god, how have we not gotten those yet?
Well,
Yeah,
because these fucking
well-
numbers are random.
Random. If we do this though, man, the finale is gonna be sparse.
That's true.
We might just have to come up, because the Pokemon, there's only 70 Pokemon in this generation, so
We're
we
gonna
might
cook all
have to.
70.
Yeah, we have to cook all 70 at once.
Feast for Kings.
Huh.
Yes.
Maybe we'll do requests leading up to the finale, and then we'll see what's left.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll work it out. Next week, Talonflame, we'll continue to explore the space a bit. Obviously. All right.
Watch
now's
this
the time.
space.
Yes, watch this space. Now's the time of the show where we plug stuff. Tell us where we can find you and your stuff on the internet, Ben.
You can find me on the internet these days on the old tumblr.com at thefearandnow.tumblr.com. And you can follow me on Twitter too at Ben C. Montoya.
You should.
Ian, I was going to say your name, sorry.
Yeah, say my name. You can follow me at Musician Davis. I play the bass, and you can listen to me do some fun covers there. You can also find Zoltan and the Fortune Tellers, my band, on Spotify, iTunes, Bandcamp. My song Fat Bear Week, I learned, has made over $100 in royalties and purchases.
Oh, shit.
Wow.
The song alone. So keep that money coming in, fund my retirement at Musician Davis.
Yeah. We're
Evan.
just going to keep beating Jeremy to the punch.
I just want to say, Evan.
And you can follow me on Twitter at _Van Aubrey or Tumblr at Van.
How many E's is there?
4. There's 4 of them.
Nice. Van. All right. You can find me, Jeremy Zielik, at Velocity Prime 1 on Twitter, at Velocity Prime No 1 on Tumblr, and at the-avocado.org, Jeremy Zielik, the-avocado.org, Jeremy Zielik. I think that covers it. So let me tell you about I Choose You, the podcast about MILFs and cooking and eating Pokemon. You can find us on your favorite podcasting apps, including Apple Podcasts, Google Play, Stitcher, Spotify, or podcast catcher of choice. If you like our show, give us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts and Spotify to help us go up the ranks. If you want more I Choose You goodness, may I suggest checking out our social media pages. I Choose Pod on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok. You can hang out with fellow choosies, watch recordings of our episodes, all that business on those locations. If you want to be a part of the I Choose You community, I do suggest joining the Discord. A link is available in the episode description. You can also send in recipes, talk about shrimp. I'm sure MILF Manor will be discussed a bunch in the Discord this week.
Possibly voting privileges might be on the Discord link. So
yes, join the Discord to become a citizen of I Choose You Nation. I want to learn more. All that I Choose You Discord. Lastly, but not leastly, make sure you head over to the official I Choose You website, ichooseyou.menu. ichooseyou.menu is a full episode archive and a merch store designed by one Evan Aubrey. ichooseyou.menu.
And you know what? Here's a good one. Tell a friend about the show. That's actually a very great way for people to hear about this show is word of mouth and recommendations from people that they know and love. So, there's always that too.
Yes. Check it all out. I've been your host, Jeremy Zielik, Alton Brown of the group.
I've been your friend on this show, Ben Montoya.
Ian Davis, the Brian Wilson of the show.
And the green M&M of the show, Evan Aubrey.
The true MILF of our time.
She would be.
And to all the choosies out there in Radioland, in a while, Totodile.
Yeah, I choose you. Yeah, I choose you. Everybody wants to be a master chef. Everybody wants to show their skill. In the kitchen, everybody wants to cook that cluncher. Finny in at the top of the grill. Each time you fry, gonna cook it just a little bit better. Each taste you try, boy, this frokie is nice and tender. It's a whole new world we cook in. It's a whole new place to eat. We're in season 6 with some brand new recipes, 'cause we're still gonna cook them all and make a pun or 2 or 3. It's a whole new world we cook in. It's a whole new place to eat. We're in season 6 with some brand new recipes, 'cause we're still gonna cook them all and make a pun or 2 or 3.